I'm Victor Kaluwa from Zambia. I'm a member of staff at the University of Zambia. We've traveled to Kenya to come and see what is happening in the areas of permaculture. We've traveled with students from the University of Zambia, and I have my colleague who will come and introduce herself later with a group of students as well. So to add on to the question that you asked on the importance of regenerative agriculture or permaculture in instance, climate change, the effects of climate change, we can actually get the effects from, we can view the effects from food product, the reduced food production, which in any case, anybody else feels the impact. With lower yields and a poor quality of crops, everybody else would feel the impact of climate change. Now, with regenerative agriculture, I think the role of stabilizing or improving soil fertility is an issue that directly translates to improved agriculture production. Not only does regenerative agriculture help to improve or stabilize soils, it also helps to use water in a much more productive way. So you have practices that actually enhance water conservation. So in the 5-day training that we had, the practical session had an aspect where biomatter is actually incorporated in the soil as a way of soil conservation, as a way of retaining water moisture. That in itself is a very good practice for water conservation, and that makes moments where there is less water be much more productive, and you can produce so much with very little water that may be available at any time. Okay, that's a very good question. Food security is an aspect that all African countries indeed need. With permaculture, you have an encouragement of growing a diverse spread of crops. You have intercropping of so many plants, plants that would have a role of just enriching the soils, and plants that would actually be crops that would directly be feeding our populations. So when we get to look at food security, having a diverse way of growing crops for consumption, that in itself enhances our food security. And the practice in itself, it improves on, like I mentioned, water conservation, and it improves on our soil. So we are guaranteed of having increased yields. We are guaranteed of having sustainable ways of producing food. And if we have sustainable ways of producing food, that in itself guarantees our food security.